Hello everyone, I'm Greg Garcia at Anglers All Fly Shop here in Littleton, Colorado. Today I'm going to be tying a little soft hackle fly by a local guide. His name is Greg Blessing, pattern called the Purple Haze. We found this fly to be very effective either dead drifting or fishing on the swing. So give it a try. And again, please check out the custom tying furniture from Tycraft. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my thread up about 2 eye widths back behind the eye. And then I'm going to get 2 strands of crystal flash. And the color is root beer. And what we can do to get this onto the hook, I can just double this over, slide that right down to the hook, tie this back. So I'm just going to do little touch wraps, kind of keep my body smooth down so that that little shuck just starts to go downward. So there's 4 pieces there since I doubled that up. I'm going to bring my thread back forward, but I want to loosen up this thread. This is a 8/0 uni thread, which is a corded thread, so I want to kind of loosen this up so that this will wrap a little evenly onto the hook, a little smoother body. I'm going to go right back up to where I started my thread. Now at this point, I'm going to tie in 3 pieces of Flashabou. And there are 3 different colors here. I have black, purple, and an electric blue. Just simply even those tips up. I can do a little soft wrap where or a little pinch wrap where I put that right on top of the hook, pinch my thread, bring it to the far side and straight down. And then that material is on. I'm going to do a couple wraps backwards, and then I can kind of shimmy that out of the way. And then I'm going to wrap this back towards the tail, or my shuck of this fly. On a bigger fly, like on the 14s, I might put a little taper into this body. But on the smaller sizes, I don't think it's really needed. We can get these 3 pieces of Flashabou and run them through your hands to give them a little bit of a separation. You're not going to really get the exact 3 colors going all at once. But as you can see there on the camera, how that's kind of separated and different colors are popping off at different points through this body. I'm just going to wrap that up forward to my tie-in point and then tie that off. A couple wraps should do it. Save that for your next half dozen flies. Now, the next part I'm going to put in is a little thorax, and it's actually 3 parts of ice stub. I'm using equal parts of calabatus. I'll just kind of show you here. And then purple, and then UV gray. And all I do is I'm just going to grab these, pull and pinch, and mix these all up. You could put these into a coffee bean grinder, grind this all up, or cut it up, put it in a bag filled up with air like we do on the hare's ears. But I'm just going to mix that up, and I'll take a little bit more time of pulling and breaking as I do that. And this just gives this dubbing a whole lot of depth. It looks really great in the water. Okay, so this is a clump I've been working on a little bit, and gonna get a little bit of dubbing wax on my finger, and then I'm just gonna make a little nice ball or collar of dubbing. Doesn't take a lot, maybe an inch in length here, 3/4 of an inch. And then from that tie-in point, which is about 1 eye width, 2 eye widths back, I'm just going to create a little ball or collar of dubbing. Then the next piece is a feather from a hen cape. This is some whiting hen cape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back some fibers, separate them from the tip, and then I'm just going to place that where I want to tie it in. Oops. Keep tension on your thread. Do about 3 wraps. Make sure it's tight. And then I'm going to grab this little tip, pull this back, so that I ensure that stem is tied in. Just makes it a little bit more durable. Then I can come in here. I always like to keep a little tension on my thread, and then I can just pluck that piece off. Now what we're going to do is get some hackle pliers right on the back. I'm going to pull this feather straight up. If you wet your fingers with a little moisture, I usually keep a cup of water on my bench. And I'm just going to fold these fibers back onto the stem so they're all going backwards. And then another key to making this work out is that as I wrap this, I'm going to make sure I do not twist the stem so that on each wrap everything is going backwards. If I twisted my stem, these fibers would have a tendency to want to jump forward and not going in the direction we want. So there's about 3 wraps. Let me do 1 more wrap. I'm going to tie that off. And as you can see, all those fibers are going straight back. I haven't manipulated those in any way to try to make that happen. And that's just because I wrapped this feather on that curvature, the natural curvature of the feather. So it's tied in right there at the tip. And then as this curve, you can see it's curving back towards the tail. I keep that curve, that orientation all the way forward. All right, so now I'm just going to grab this stem that I have the extra piece here. I'm just going to wrap backwards about 3 wraps back to the front. And then I can either cut this off, or sometimes I can just break it off nice and easy, just helicopter it off. And now I'm going to whip finish. About 3 wraps should do it. If you need to build the head up a little bit more, you can do 4 wraps. But just keep it pretty darn sparse. Tighten my thread up. Now I can trim my thread. Trim my tail or my shuck about half the length of the body. If you have any little fibers that are sticking out where you don't like them, you can clip them, you can pluck them off. Lots of times I like using these little slat nose tweezers. Grab that fiber right at the head, snip it right off. But that is it. That is the Purple Haze. And as you can see, there's a lot of colors going through that body, and it sure gets the fish's attention. And you can fish this as a little beta emerger, a midge emerger, even in some bigger sizes. Come springtime, I wouldn't even hesitate to maybe fish this as a little caddis emerger pupa as well. So give it a try. Thanks for watching the video. We really appreciate it. And if you need a material list, read the copy at the end. Thank you.